going to see today if we could potentially come on down, into these zones down here, right? 1875, 1870, kind of like we talked about on the weekly time frame here, right? So if we're going to find positions today, how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to have to go down to like these lower time frames, right? So let's take a look at the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute time frames, see what we got going on, right? We know our target for the day is right around 1876, right? Let's keep that in mind. Let's see what we got going on here. So 4 hour has created a support, right? Right, and we look left, there's another support right here. We have that support. Price has broken the highs here and potentially may want to continue up, right? What did we do last time? Last time we created support, price pushed up. This time we're creating a support. Maybe price can push up, right? Maybe price can push up, or if we close below maybe these lows here at 1891, then we can come down, fill this wick, break that low, and come on down to that destination there at 1876. So let's see what the 1 hour and the 30-minute time frame looks like here, so we can kind of scope out the land and find our trading territory here. So one thing we know is we do have a bunch of consolidation right here, right? Notice how the last, like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the last 9 or 10 1 hour candles, right? So for the past 10 hours we've been consolidating here. Now most people are going to look at that resistance, but not us, right? Not us. We're going to do the little bit of the deeper investigation, and we're going to look left. And if we look left, what do I see here? Well, another resistance right here. So we're gonna move that, right? Because we don't like getting faked out over here. We've been faked out plenty of times in the beginning of my career to fall for that stuff these days, right? So we're not going to use this, right? What I'm looking for is fake outs right in this range, right? I'll take my buys, but I'm taking them above 1894, 470. And I'm going to look for fake outs right here. Oh, it looks like, did we get that top wick? Not really. But yeah, 1988 here, and then continue down even further today. So looks like we got the fake out, which was good, but just didn't have the exact top wick I wanted, especially with these candles with no top wick. Wanted to see something coming back into that range there, but that's fine. We'll just set up and look for our next opportunity here, right? So boom. So buys above 1895 here today, 500, and then sells are pretty clean if we can get a closure on the 1 hour time frame for a 1 hour fake out back below this range here. So we'll wait on that, or we'll wait on the 30-minute here. So that's what I'll be looking at here for today, ladies and gentlemen. Sells below there, and that is pretty much the day. Yeah, that's all we're gonna wait for here today. What up, Classic Trader? Hey, yo, Charging Gear. Good day from London. What's going on? Make this a live chat. There we go. Yanosh. What's up, Yanosh? No more arrows. Hey, yeah, did we even, did we use an arrow today? Yeah, I think we used one arrow today. So yeah, this is a tradable range here, right? So let's hang tight. This candle ain't gonna do it for us. We're gonna need a new candle here. So Just hang tight. Let's see what we can get out of the close of this. The 15 is coming to a close now, but we'll see what happens here. Oh, let's see. Been on stream all week. Love the game. Oh, nice, awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. What about GJ, sir? Oh, GJ is gone. Music a little bit too loud. Lower it. All right. What up, Austin? Good morning, Austin. We got motion today, baby. We got motion. Yeah, if we had a top wick, the position would have looked something like this. Yeah, we could have kept stops above here. Position would have looked like this and would have had something like this going on. So we'll see. We may still be able to get it. The hourly's not bad either. If we can get a close on the hourly at 8 a.m. below this range, that'd be even better. Yeah, so we'll wait on that. We'll wait on the 30-minute here and see what happens. Do you have a journal? Yeah, exclamation point journal, and it'll pop up there for you. Music is loud. Let me lower it a little bit. There you go. Should be pretty good now. Should be good. Yeah, don't space it. Exclamation point journal, but no space. No space. Yeah. Teach something about time frames. Well, we know that each time frame tells a story, right? So it's all about telling the story and finding the clues and the details of each time frame, right? And that's what I always like to think of these time frames as, is they are a story, and each time frame is a chapter, and each chapter in it has details, right? It has clues as to where price may go, aka what the end of the story, how the end of the story unfolds, right? And the end of the story for us is just how are we going to find positions today, right? And those are the clues that we'll use, right? So you want to pinpoint clues on each time frame, right? For us, it was, you know, we talked about this monthly time frame. We talked about the rejections, about the wicks, about the closure back above, about the break of the high, and then all of a sudden it rejected. Why did it do that, right? And then this candle pushing down with no top wick. No ton of selling pressure, right? Where is it going? Well, it's breaking the lows, it's closing back below, right? These are all these little details that tell a story when you're looking to mark up your charts, right? Where's the weekly at? Well, the weekly closed below the support here. If it's closing below that support, where can it go next? Well, if we look left, we got clean traffic, but everyone's looking at that clean traffic, right? How much further can we dig, right? Well, we got some levels here, we got some levels here. Hey, maybe we can come down to 1872, 1870 this week, right? And that's your target. Then you go down to the daily and you see what that looks like, right? And you tell the story from the daily time frame, right? Seeing, hey, we closed below. Yesterday we closed with no bottom wick, right? So we were open to buys yesterday. We ended up taking sells though because we were anticipating the candle coming back down, because even though we closed with no bottom wick, right? It's still price action, still bearish, right? So you gotta know the ins and outs of all this stuff, and you gotta tell the story. You gotta find the clues within the time frame. Right now, what do we see? We see a nice close with a wick, right? And we can see, hey, there's some areas here which we can probably come down to at 1875, right? So that's going to be our target here for today. Now, what are we expecting? Well, if price is moving bearish, creating these higher, this high, this low, this lower high, this lower low, this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, well, I'm expecting price now to make a lower high, break this low to make a new lower low, maybe coming down again to 1875, right? So these are the stories. So if that's gonna happen, well, we have to see that unfold on the 4-hour time frame, right? Now, if the 4-hour time frame is creating a support, whoa, that throws the whole story off now. Wait, so what are we doing now? We've pushed up, we've broke all these highs, right? We kind of broke the low too, by the way. And now the 4 hours rejecting, right? Where is it rejecting? Well, it's rejecting that these highs here on this 30-minute time frame, I think it was, right? Yeah, 30-minute time frame. Well, hey, if we're bearish on the day and we can take our buys above here, but maybe, just maybe, since everyone's looking at this resistance, they're going to take their buys right on the candle open. So what we'll do is we'll wait and we'll see if we can get a fake out now back below this range, anticipating that the daily candle will now start to push down to flip bearish, right? To go down to our target. So it's all about telling a story. It's all about finding the clues. You guys ever read like a mystery book? Right? It's all about telling the clues and what price action will speak to you, but are you understanding it, right? Are you diving deep, or are you being lazy, right? Are you going to look left to get right? Are you willing to do that stuff, right? To figure out the most clues that you possibly. Yeah, you gotta be a craftsman. What up, Green? What up, Greenery? Yeah, we got a 30-minute close coming up here in about 7 minutes. Green imposter. Oh, imposter. Hugs from Portugal. Hey, what up? What up, Sandman? Sandman 4G's in the building. Thanks for the golden nuggets, good sir. Oh, you're welcome. Forex. Can you help me understand the pack runner? Yeah, absolutely. So the pack runner is a play where, let's say you have very little bottom wick or top. Let's say this candle has a very little top wick, right? So during times of high volume, what'll happen is you'll notice that price will do something like this. It'll make a high real quick, and then it'll come and start breaking the low, right? And this will activate everyone, and a lot of traders will keep their stops above here, right? And this is a very little top wick. So what'll happen is it'll come back up now. It'll come back up, re-break the high like this, and then give this candle a new top wick, right? It'll break that high and then come back down and reflip bearish, and at that point that's our opportunity to take advantage of the pack runner. And the reason why we called it the pack runner was simple, because the top wick comes up and grabs liquidity, right? We just said, you know what? We're grabbing the pack, right? We're grabbing the pack of liquidity. And then we're going to come down, right? Especially during times of high volume. So that's what we're going to be looking for more often, right around the NY open. We typically seen this happen a lot when there's high volume, because, and again, the way we learned this was simple. We got screwed over on it, right? We kept our stops above here, and we were looking to take positions like this. We got entered in, and all of a sudden went a couple pips in profit, and then boom, we got stopped out, because not one of our trades that we took a L on recently, not one of them went the opposite direction. They all continued to go in the direction that we were looking for, but they came up to grab that pack first. So now we can wait for that pack when we know that there's candles with no top wick or little top wicks, and then we could take our positions after that liquidity's grabbed. So that's really all it is. Nothing too complicated. Smart Nick concepts. The pack runners changing the game, bro. Those liquidity sweeps. Yeah, you'll see them. You'll see them more often. Again, yo, magic keys are crucial in general, gang. If you don't have magic keys, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Do you have an IG? Yeah, I have an Instagram. Yeah, if you put a exclamation point IG, I think. Yeah, exclamation point IG. Oh, I love that. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly right, Vin. Yep. I'm faster than any key. Nah, for real. Magic keys, no joke. The one-on-one calls aren't working. Yeah, so I took everything down. So gang, we'll be putting up all new links. So we'll open up the Signals channel again this weekend. No. Monday. We'll open up the Signals channel on Monday again. We're gonna be doing a promo with that also, and then I'll be putting the links up for the one-on-ones and stuff again. So yeah, just that'll be coming real soon. Hey Nick, would you lower your lot size if in drawdown on a funded account? I mean, you know, you guys have seen me go down in some drawdown here, but I have not lowered my lot sizes yet at all. I mean, we're battling back out of that, but when we were cruising and we were kind of, you know, going into drawdown, I never lowered my lots. You know, maybe if we were coming to, like, it depends how much drawdown you're in. You know, if you're not in that much drawdown, then I wouldn't lower my lots. But if you're knocking at the door of, you know, potentially blowing your account, then yeah, I mean, I would definitely lower my lots and adjust and climb out of there, and then, you know, adjust lots again when I'm looking in better shape. Yep. Yeah, but then I wouldn't lower them just to lower them because I'm in drawdown. You know, that's what I wouldn't do. But if I was like I said, if I was knocking on the door of, you know, negative 10, 12%, then yeah, you may have to lower those lots and battle back. Top down analysis on US 30. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Just I want to see how this 30-minute closes here. Yeah, if we get a, let's see how this 30-minute. We may just wait for the one. Yeah, I think we're gonna wait on the 1 hour here. Yeah, let's wait for the 1 hour here and the NY Open, and we don't have any news, so we should be good. Yeah, we should be good. And I lucked out too on my my 400K account, the challenge account. I got that back up to break even. I got to start that at break even, so back at break even. So now on that account, I think I'm up about 1%. What lots do I use? I use 10 lots. Yeah, I use 10 lots on the 100K account. Let's see this 1 hour. Yeah, because here's the cool part. If so you know how we're waiting, right? We're waiting for potential fake outs here. Well, if the 1 hour can close strong above, then I think like 30-minute create a support here. Then we could have like a 1 hour celery play above here for volume to fill that wick. But if we close back below and we remain below here, which is right here on the 1 hour, then very high probability will continue down. So we'll see how everything unfolds here in a little bit. Chat got motion. Chat got motion. Yeah, I'm trying to think here because if we start pushing up, right, this starts to activate all the buyers. And then that could be a 30-minute pack runner here, right? If we activate buyers now on the 1 hour flip, and then we re-break the low here to come down. That's a concept that may work out here today, because we are bearish overall in the day, and we are looking for fake outs on the 1 hour right in this range here. So let's keep an eye on that. Overall in the day, and we are looking for fake outs on the 1 hour. Yeah, if we did do that right in this range here, so let's keep an eye on that. Then we would have entries like 1893, 880, somewhere around there. We're all in the day, and we are looking for fake outs on the 1 hour. Yeah, if we did do that right in this range, this would be probably, if we broke the highs here, we'd probably keep stops back in the range right up here. So like 1895, 1894. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, let's see if we break the high. That would be awesome. Oh, that won't be bad at all. Yeah, I don't think I want to budge right now unless we got the pack runner here, because the 1 hour is still bullish, right? 30-minute is clean, bearish. 15 minutes bullish though, right? So these time frames right now, they're talking different languages. So that's never fun, right? Unless we had a stronger confirmation, which was the break of that high, and then the break of the low, then I would consider this, but not right now. Not right now. There's depth to this, man. This is deep stuff. This is deep. How long did it take me to become profitable? About 2.5 years. Been blessed here. Oh, nice. How long does it take you to normally pass a challenge? Usually a good, like, for phase 1 and phase 2, you know, I always like to give myself like at least 40 days, 45 days. The Candle Whisperer. What up, the kid? It's like a puzzle, dude. Yeah, Joe knows. It's like a puzzle. Feels good to be back. Good to have you back, Raja. Have I lost any funded accounts? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I lost a bunch of funded accounts early on. How has your emotional psychology changed over the last 2 years? It's changed drastically. And I think one word sums it up, and it's maturity. I think maturity really hit me, especially being a dad and having a family, and, really kind of, using this to provide for my family. I think maturity is the word for the emotional and psychology change over the last 2 to 3 years. Just being mature, understanding that this is a profession. I was trying to get this thing done so quick. I was trying to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, in a couple months. And when I finally just sat back and said, you know what, that's all I'm doing there is blowing accounts. All I'm doing there is chasing money, and the money's running from me, right? I started listening to some stock traders.
And honestly, today feels like today just feels like it's a Friday. Or maybe Friday you have revised UOM consumer sentiment. So next week looks more chill than this week, even though this week was pretty chill. It's a pretty steady week, chat, you know what I'm saying? Pretty steady week. Yes, it was pretty good for us in terms of trading. Today, I mean, I would want there to be an algo day. I mean, the daily dig, is still bearish below the ranges. This is my first time checking a chart since yesterday, by the way. So, yeah, no, this is looking good, man. So it's just about whether or not we could, continue to drive today. So right now, chat, I have no idea what's going on here. So you guys know how it goes with me, right? When I come to the charts every day, there's some very rare cases where I come to the charts, I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm doing today. This is what I'm looking for today. This is exactly the setup, right? Sometimes it might take me a couple of tries, right? So bear with me for now. I have no idea what's going on, but as I do my analysis, my 30-minute analysis for 10 pips, we will, get a better idea of what price is doing, where price is headed, what's sort of happening in the markets, right? Because the most difficult part of trading is determining what part of the cycle you're in, right? There's 3 cycles in the markets. There's the range, there's the continuation, and there's the pullback. Because before you get a range, what do you get? Chat, when you're a little warm up, you know what I'm saying? When you drive in price and price pulls back, what is that pullback doing? Okay, grab liquidity is cool. Okay, I guess like that. Okay, 2 answers then. Yeah, grab liquidity, and 1, it's creating a range, right? It's finding a range. Every time price pulls back, it's pulling back, finding support or finding resistance, right? So let's say the market was to, let me set my Zoom link real quick. Hold on. Let me set my Zoom link. Let's see Janez's first today. Where's DVS server? All right. Market controllers, tier 3 Zoom links, DVS mods, Zoom links there. Janez was first. How? Oh wait, did someone beat him? Who beat Janez to the Zoom call? It's funny. All right. So chat, right? Whenever you have price move, right? Let's say this is where price is headed. So forget about the candles here. So whenever you have price move, right? Again, there's 3 cycles. There's the push, there's the range, and there's the sort of reverse of the pullback, right? So when you push on price, right? When price pulls back, like I mentioned, what is it doing? It's pulling back, but as it pulls back, it's also finding support, right? Because for it to pull back, it has to find support. It can't just pull back with no support. If it goes up after going down, it's a pullback, right? So therefore, it has found support. So that becomes your support now. And then as you find resistance, again, who knows where that could be, right? But again, this is like cycle 1, right? This is cycle 2, right? Cycle 2 could end up just being like this, for all I know. Cycle 2 could just sometimes just be one candle reversing the whole entire range, for all I know. Who knows? But if price were to not do that, right, and it were to do this instead, where it sort of found support here and then it found resistance here, then that's your range form, right? So if this is your range form, price has a decision to make now. Price has a decision to either continue to push up or continue to push down to re-break the lows, right? So you're going to see 2 options probably. You're going to see price come down like this, import in pink, come down like this, retest the lows. As it retests the lows, again, it could continue to do this, make a new high, high low, and reverse on price, or it can just do something like this, where it just ranges and then all of a sudden breakout and then continuation, right? So those are your cycles, right? Those are things you gotta get used to, and that's what you're trying to do in trading, right? When we're scalping every day, you're trying to figure out what part of the cycle you're in. So that's why sometimes you might see us take, like yesterday, we switched our buys 3 times in the same 30-minute candle. 3 times we took buys and sells within the same 30-minute candle, right? We're bearish, bullish, bearish, right? So again, we're not really changing our bias. We're just adapting to the analysis, adapting to price, right? There's no such thing as you must only have one bias in order to become profitable. You can't switch your biases. You get impulsive. That doesn't matter. If you can read price and you can just learn to adapt to price, it doesn't matter what you're looking at, buys or sells, as long as you can adapt to price and understand what you're catching, what you're taking, right? Because for our buys yesterday, even though we were in buys, price came up, create a top wick, and I was like, yo, chat, that's your advantage point. If price wanted to drive down today, it's got to come up to retest those highs, right? So as it retested those highs, we then realized that, okay, when we entered the trade, the 5-minute candle was still open. But when we exited the trade, the 5-minute candle was closed and it had no top wick. So as it come out and create a top wick, what are we gonna do? Fuck the RR stuff, right? Forget the RR stuff. We're gonna close full here, right? We're gonna close full because price created a top wick, and that gave us our wick exit. Because if we were to hold because of RR, right? Because of, you know, like whatever the case may be, because someone IG told us to hold, or else it's a negative RR, we would have got screwed, right? And we would have got screwed just to prove a point, right? So that's why, like, you have to learn to adapt to the markets and adjust your trade to the markets, not to what you had preset in your mind. Because yes, you might have an initial TP, but during that trade things change and you have to adapt as well. If you don't know how to change during that trade setup, then you're gonna have a hard time trading, right? Because you're gonna start trading with your emotions, and emotions, again, they never work out long term, right? But yeah, understand what part of cycle you're in. So yesterday we got into trade, we're once bullish, and then once we started to close bearish, we're like, okay, you know what, the cycle we're in right now is we might be coming to create a top wick to come down, right? And we exit, and that's what happened after. So again, just learn to adapt, learn to adjust, and that's what's key. All right, so before I get into my analysis, I just wanted to break that down for you guys, because you know, whenever I say like I don't know what's going on, I'm being honest, bro. I got no idea what's going on, right? But when I could sit on the charts here for the first 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and then have a better idea as we go on with the day, that's when things you know will make more sense to me. And that's normal. You know, you don't always have to come to your charts knowing what's going on. So anyways, let's start off with the monthly time frame on gold here. So the monthly has 13 days left. Just a quick rundown. We went through this monthly about 18 days in a row already, talking about the same thing. But the monthly count, notice that you are breaking the lows here. Look left, you do have clean traffic to drive down. My only concern is that the top wick is not here yet, but you have 13 days left. That's basically 2 weeks. Who knows, we might just end up continue to push down to break the lows without top wick, or we can create a top wick and then figure out what's happening next. But I have no idea what's going on now. I just know that we're breaking our lows, and in the past, whenever we broke these lows, if price were to reject, I highly doubt the weekly will reject here. If anything, the weekly will reject at these areas here, which is, no, I lie, a little higher, right? Because I'm looking at this, right? I'm looking left to right here. I'm looking at, okay, well, what levels did we reject in the past? What levels did you respect in the past? And in this case, yeah, rejections here, rejections here, rejections here, rejections here, rejections here, rejections here, rejections here. Okay, maybe a rejection here too, right? Rejections here. So like the medium average of all those levels there, so to find a medium average is pretty straightforward. You connect the dots, right? Like this, boom, 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 and boom, right? You can probably say the medium average is where it's at. You know what, let's play a game. Tell me when to stop. I'm gonna go, okay? I'm gonna go slow. I said, yo, can you go a little faster? Stop. Yo, chat, when do I stop? What's the medium average here? I'm getting there. I need to see the chat move a little faster, because everyone's just spamming. What's the medium average? All right, there we go. I think chat's the stop. All right, cool. That's the medium average now, right? Because that's like an area where like you're in the, like, or maybe a little higher right here, but this is the area where like you sort of had you sort of tapped, right? This line here has tapped, like I say, the medium average of all the rejection levels. That's where it is, I'll say. So if price were to reject here, I would doubt it's gonna reject here, right? I'm pretty sure it will come down to at least 1975 before it continues to push down here, right? So that's what I'm kind of expecting for the weekly. If you were to come down and make a decision on where price wants to go next, I highly doubt it will be here. I'm pretty sure it'll come down to at least, maybe a little higher here, come down to at least this wick here to the left at 1970. So let's see how the next 2 weeks plays out. That's just the monthly outlook. So it won't affect our 10 pips today. It's just something we can look forward to and understand on monthly, as it's in the back of our mind. Now coming down to the weekly, obviously you have 9 days left, or 9 hours left, and it looks like you may close bearish today, right? Because you were below the range last week, right? So you closed below these levels here to the left, and since you closed below, I'm looking left there again. I'm scanning left to right to see all the times we closed below and what happened in the past once you did close below. And I noticed that, okay, close below here, right? So this is obviously the current closure. In the past, you closed right here, right? That's 1. I guess you can say here 2. That's 2. Back into the range, 3 and 4 here. So 3 and 4. I guess you can say that's when we closed in the past, and 5, I guess. right? So now you want to ask yourself, well, every time you close in the past, what levels did you reject, right? So this is key too, because again, you have about 9 hours left. So today's the only day left in the weekly, so this would really matter, because if you notice that there's a level that you tapped a lot in the past on the weekly, then the weekly can come down today towards those levels, because you have 9 hours left. So let's take out this color and highlight the bottoms of each of those areas that we came down tapped. So it came down tapped here, came down tapped there, came down tapped here, right? Close below. I'm looking for closures below. Close below, came down tapped where? Probably here, or I'll say here, right? Came down tapped here, started to reject a little bit. All right, so I'll say the medium average will be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll say you have 3 there and 1 there, so probably like around here, to be honest, right? So that'll be where my medium average would be for this week. That's where I'm sort of expecting price to tap into before it makes a decision, and that lines up perfectly with the monthly. Again, 1970 areas. The weekly has no bond wick here as well. Again, it doesn't have to come down today, but ideally in terms of ranges, like if you were to close below today even, then yeah, next week you're gonna come down towards these areas, right? So is that gonna be today or next week that you're gonna come down and tap into these ranges here at 1970 or 1870? But again, 9 hours left, and if you start to re-break the lows today, I think the lows are 1884. If you re-break those lows today, then yeah, you may continue to push. You may see another drive. Off the daily, what I noticed is that the daily is pretty interesting. Pretty good actually. You had a support right around here, on price, and obviously a couple days ago you closed below. I think it was yesterday you closed below, right? But yesterday's closed below, there was a problem. What was the problem? The problem was that you had no bottom wick, so the chances of you driving down were a lot lower, right? You can see here, no bottom wick. But today's price closed below again and left the bottom wick. And right now, what did it do? First thing price did here was create a top wick, right? So the daily here, if you guys zoom in, you're gonna see it's creating a top wick. It has no bottom wick yet. The bottom wick's at 1888, right? So those are key levels to keep in the back of your mind here. 1888. If you were to flip today, 1888, then you're gonna continue to drive down towards 1877 probably. 1877 due to the fact that looking left, this is when your traffic kind of ends here, right? So that's what I'm kind of expecting to tap into as you come down and flip bearish today. Now, how can we come down there? That's the question, right? How do you get down there? How can we take positions to get down there? Or if you don't come down there, how can we take the buys anticipating the steeper top wick on the daily, right? So because if you were to take buys today, I'm pretty sure as we take buys, it's gonna be the top wick on the daily that we're anticipating, right? So let's see. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is closing in about an hour. What you notice here off rip is that there's a resistance right around here, right? You're gonna see it, and price never closed above before in the past. So sorry, not right there, right here, right there, right? Because last time, what did the price do here? Close above and continue to drive up. That was yesterday. But as you are creating resistance here now, right around here, I would assume that since you've been respecting these levels, the last 3-4 hour counts have been respecting. So that's 12 hours so far of just respecting 1880, 1893. If you were to respect that candle as well in this 4-hour candle, then you should continue to drive down towards the next support, and that next support takes you down towards the bottom of the range, and the bottom of the range is going to be around here at 1888, right? So then you'll flip bearish and you continue to drive down. Now you only have an hour left in this 4-hour candle. We're starting to move. I want to see how the 1 hour looks, because now it's just a matter of like, do we have enough time to drive down here, or will we get a move after 9, right? Because obviously if you don't move by like 8:45, then you and you're still like doji or in this range here, then you can kind of expect this candle to close like bearish, bullish or bearish below, and then the next 4-hour candle will likely continue to drive down after it creates a top wick, right? So you see something like this probably, and that'll be a drive down to retest the lows, right? So that'll be the motion on like the 4-hour time frame, I'll say. But again, it comes down to just the smaller time frame here, the 1 hour 30 and such, because you want to see what can happen here, so you can anticipate more sells, more buys. So what I see here is that obviously you have wow, 1895. You have the 1 hour closing bullish here, but you have 5 minutes left for a 1 hour closure, so I'm gonna wait for that to close. Probably I want to see if this 1 hour candle right here closes respecting the support or above the support. If it closes respecting, then the next 1 hour candle might continue to push up to break the highs and drive up. But if you close below the range, then you have a higher probability to drop down, because if you close below, this is what you would expect, right? You expect the price to come back into the ranges and fill the ranges to the left, tapping into like 1892, right? So that's what you're kind of looking at here, and then that'll obviously lead to the day flip, because the day flip is at 1888. So if you can get the fake out and then push down, you're gonna drive down towards those levels. But yeah, chat. So today's positions, I'll say, let's see. So now it comes down to just a smaller time from here. So you have all that information, you have all those refreshments in the back of your mind. Now you have a better idea of where price is, right? Or at least I do now. I don't know where price is going yet, so I need to figure that out. So I noticed that there's a resistance here at 1896, right? So 1896 resistance. There's a heavy support here. These are just your major ranges, I'll say. Areas where you are gonna sort of react at, right? In terms of form support, form resistance, reject off of. These are the areas you want to pay attention to. So that support is right there. Cool. 1896. Your new support might be a little lower here. If not, then 91 or 89 here. Let's see. Yeah, probably minor level at 91, but major level at 89 here. So you can probably just leave the 89 level there and put a level here instead for 91. Okay, cool. So you have these 3 major levels today. Maybe we can add a 4th one down here in case price were to drive down for now. So okay, now we gotta ask ourselves, right? It's like, okay, we have our levels now. How can we anticipate buys ourselves now, right? So it's like, okay, well, if we were to go down today, what will we kind of go down with? Going back to why, every other time that we used here today, we'll go down today due to the fact that 1, the daily candle will flip bearish, right? 2, the 4-hour candle will respect that resistance, and since in the past it hasn't closed above yet, you could reject still. 3, obviously the 1 hour can close below the range, and the weekly continues to drive down to fill the rest of the ranges at 1870, right? So those are your 3 major, I guess, like ideas you can kind of place here as confluences if price were to drive down. So if that were to happen, you were to drive down today towards 1870, 1885, how much liquidity would you need here in order for us to drive down? Right? So now I want to ask, okay, well, if I'm asking how much liquidity there needs to be, all I'm doing really is looking left, because there's your answer right there. Look left to see where price rejected in the past, and then you're high likely gonna get the same rejections here as well. So if price were to continue to push down here, I wouldn't take sells just yet. Wait for some type of zucchini to form, especially with the fact that the 1 hour is closing probably respecting here, most likely off of what I'm noticing here. If I were to take some more sells coming down, I'll probably wait to see another push here, because if you get another push here, you're gonna see it break the highs of 96, and you're gonna tap into probably 98 and 9. And then if you tap into 8 and 9 there, right? Because as long as, I'll say, like the smaller time frame, let me just delete this. As long as the smaller time frame, which is 30, 15 and such, respects like 86 today as a major level, any given point, this can happen where, let's say, like you come up again and now you're forming some ranges here, you're just respecting, right? Any given point, what can happen here is this: come up after, tap into 98, and then that will be our entry to come down. Because in order for us to drive down, you need liquidity. I don't think this is enough liquidity yet for us to drop down. It might be enough liquidity, it might be enough of a top wick on daily But I would assume that if you were to continue to push down here, this 1 hour and such will start to close below and will start to come down here. But if you're not closing below these ranges here on the 1 hour and you're still respecting 1893, there's a possibility you might just end up respecting here, creating some ranges here, and then probably come up to retest 96. And then at the 96 areas is when you can kind of lock into more sells after price shows you that it's starting to reject, right? So you don't want to predict and guess it's gonna reject the 96. You sort of want to wait to see price react there, like close below, respecting these arrows to the left, and then that extra wick up after like the motion forms will be our entry. So it could be at 98 today, could be at 97 today. I'll see where that's gonna be, but yeah, prior not sells just yet. All right, so that's what I'll look for sells. I'll probably want to see anywhere that box get tapped there. So I guess I can just put this line here for now. Doesn't mean anything, but just have it here. Yeah, anywhere in this box there. All right, so if you were to create that structure at 96, respect those levels, and then you wick up towards 98, I'll look for sells around 98. As for buys today, because you can take buys up to 98 as well if you're expecting a push up towards 98. If you were to push up now, I'll probably assume that you need a bond with it in order to drive up. If you look left here and you see every time that you drove into 98 levels, which is up here, right? If you were to drive up towards this pink box here, what would need to happen first? You need to grab liquidity. In the past, where did you grab liquidity at? I'm noticing that you grab liquidity in these ranges here before driving up last time, right? That's what happened last time before it drove up towards here, right? These candles at one given point were respecting the same resistance, right? Why? Because there was the bottom wicks were only like right here, right there. All of a sudden you broke the lows, range on fake out obviously, and then you came back into the ranges and you filled the ranges and you continue to pop. So same thing should happen here today. If you were to drive up, I doubt you'll drive up from here. You'll probably see a bottom wick towards a minimum of 1892 and possibly even 1890. So 1890 gets tapped, we'll look for buys around 1890 to retest the highs and to take runners up towards 1898. Because again, if price were to drive down today, you guys see 1898. If price were to drive up today, you guys see 1890, 1892, right? So remember those two levels in your head, and you can start to anticipate more positions as we go on with the day. All right, so that's what I got going on now. That might change during the stream, during the session, with just the way my brain works. So I might start to change my bias or whatever during the session, but that for now I'll say it's pretty chill. I just want to see one more thing here. I want to see, because I'm a little iffy about this 98 level. I want to see exactly where it was. So it could be 98, could be low, it could be at 99 here. I'm seeing too. So because 99 there's no top wick here, so I'm trying to see what is 99. Could that be something? Or 1899. Let's see. Let's look left and take a look here. So every time that you drove down towards what level again, chat? You want to see us drive down towards the flip here, 1889, right? So in order for us to drive down towards 1889 here, let's look left and see all the times you drove down towards 1889. What did you tap first? So you drove down here towards 1899. I think the structure was different though, because this time you're bullish going up here. So let's look for a bullish structure going up from the same mirror. Came up, didn't reject, so obviously didn't come down. This right here came up, rejected at 902 might be an area. 902, 900. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep looking here. All right, this is some information here. So we came up. You drove down towards. So I'm trying to see what this count did here. Discount on 30. Right. So obviously this is news. What happened? So 830, yeah, this is news. It can't really. It did reject the 89 though, so that's cool. And then it came down, created a bond wick before it popped up towards the next level. So I guess that's something. But that was a news candle, so it's a little different. Okay, here. So yeah, so 85 came up. 96. 99, 1900, 99, you drove down towards where 98. There's not bad. 903. So over here, okay, no, that's relevant. I guess here, down towards 89, came out towards there. So I want to see where price is right now. Okay, 95. And then you create a bond wick before coming out towards 89 at 88, 82. What level is that? 85, 89. Okay. Go up to 83, 83. 83 is down here though. Not really valid. Okay, 93 here. Pull back towards 86. Okay. Alright, so it's gonna, let's see, it's likely gonna be, I'm not gonna lie to chat, it's likely gonna be 99 here. 99, 1900 probably. Yeah. 99, 1900. We'll just play a price as it drives, so we'll just adapt to it. But in terms of the sells coming down, I'm trying to see the exact level. I'm looking at probably 1900 or something. 1900, 1901. Might be a little higher than 99. All right. Cool. Cool chat. You guys understand it? You guys know what I'm looking for? If it's confusing, don't worry. During the stream, as you hear me say, all right, chat, game buys and sells here, it won't sound as complicated. If that's all you're looking for. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, man. Don said earlier, like, Don's the only trader that probably says doesn't know what's going on with the markets. And it's true though. It's like I don't have to act like I know what's going on if I don't know what's going on. I'm being honest, bro. The whole point of trading is to be transparent. Or at least for me, the stream is to be transparent, right? With my positions, with my ideas and everything. So sometimes you might be hearing me saying like 1,000 ideas at once, but that's just how my brain flows, right? I'm just being transparent. And sometimes in terms of like analysis, I might not know what's going on really. Like I might be lost in the sauce, just as you guys are sometimes, right? And it takes me some time to really pick it up. Like I still don't have the idea completely yet, but maybe in the next like 15 candle with the comics open here, I should have a better idea. It'll pick up though, right? And sometimes like it might take some time. My mentor doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, a lot of people fake to see like they know what's going on. I'm like, yo, are you sure you're confident about that? There's no need to lie, you know, or to front. Lying or fronting won't make you money. Might make you some mentorships, but it won't make you money. Are you making feel about wick entries? Yeah, just waiting for my haircut first, man. I got a haircut next Wednesday, so. Here's a mess. What's your go-to Starbucks? French vanilla latte? Bro, what are you, what you be drinking, man? French vanilla latte? I'd be getting a cold brew with maybe one sugar, one syrup, and one shot of syrup and one shot of milk. Pretty chill. I like it not too sweet, but French vanilla, whatever you just said, French vanilla latte, like, damn man, too sweet for me. Yo, I can't believe that's an M4. I can't wait till I get my exhaust system. It's gonna sound so smooth, bro. Chat, I'm not gonna lie, I'm locked in right now. I'm locked into cars. It's over. It's over, man. Sure got a Tesla. If I got a Tesla, none of this would have happened. If I had a Tesla, I would not be spending money on any parts, any tune, any wraps, any rims, any spoilers, any carbon fiber. If I got a Tesla, just plug and play, bro. Straight up. Getting a car is like getting a PC. You gotta build it, and then you gotta add these lights here. Add, you know, it's just, bruh. Yo, Ike, what up, bro? Ike, man. Haven't spoke to you since Florida. Where have you been? Wix 9, not here yet. What do you think of M2? I like the M2. The new one, not really, but I like the old one. Chat, is my account all-time highs right now? Am I tripping? My FX book, let's see. Chat, was my all-time high 839 or 939, or was it 945 or something? I don't remember. Oh shit. Highest on this account. Oh wow. Wow, chat, this is my highest it's ever been. Oh shit. Wow. Holy shit. Look. Wow. Yeah, highest it's ever been 1838 or 1838. I'm looking at gold, bro. This is what happens when you trade gold too much. 1838, man. Come on. 938. Yeah, this is the peak, or not the peak, but this is like the current peak. Always gonna be new peaks, right? It's always gonna pull back. So you're probably gonna get a pullback and another peak, but look at this. 1 year, chat. In 4 days, it's about to be 6 days, about to be a year. So a year on this account, 750% account gain, basically. Just like, R is not too bad. Like, what are people saying about R? Average loss is, you know, 15 pips. Average win is 13 pips. R isn't that bad. You know, it's not that bad. %10 for August. Pretty good. Last August I did 13%, but 13% last August is a little different, right? And the lots have barely changed since last August too, so it's like pretty good. Well, I mean, it's not December. December was 86, but it's still good. Right, but pretty consistent though. Like, I'll say the medium average would be like 10% a month on average for me, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. You don't need to make 100%. You don't need to make 50% months every month, bro. The best month I had aside from December was 4%. And ever since then, it's been chill. And I know everyone's killing that as well right now too. So congrats. Your strategy and plan is not for people that work 9 to 5. I've been working 9 to 9. Work until 2049. Yeah, I don't work 9 to 5. I work 9 to 9. I work 6 to 6. No, I mean it's not meant for people 9 to 5. I mean, okay, so you might see as that, right? You might see it as like, oh, we're waiting here all day for a sub. We know there's not a sub right now. We know there won't be a sub for another like until we tap these ranges here. So like if I were to be in a position to work a 9 to 5, which I've done before in the past, right? What I would do, like, because we're not like there, like right. I'll tell you right now, there's no sells or buys until we start to range until we start to break highs and lows at like 1900 or like, my bad, 97, 96 or like 89 until we tap those levels, right? So it's like you can just set a notification saying, okay, once price taps 96, I'm gonna come back to the charts and take a look real quick. Same thing with the 89. You know, take a 1 minute look and that's it. But we're not constantly looking at each and every 5-minute candle like, okay, is this an entry? Is this an entry? Is this an entry? Like, we're sort of just chilling right now, right? We're just streaming, so I'm chilling. If I wasn't streaming, trust me, I wouldn't be in my charts right now. I'll set notifications up, and then once price taps those levels, I'll lock it in. So you don't have to be at your phone during your whole entire shift. You can maybe take 5-minute breaks here and there and just take a look if you can. I mean, I worked at a grocery store, so all you gotta do really is go to the back, go in the cooler, and then hopefully you have some service in there, and that's when you check price. Yeah, I mean, it's harder, but like again, you know, if you can just spend 20 minutes a day on the charts and you'll be fine. Spend 20 minutes a day on the charts between, I'll say, 8:30 to 8 to 9, and you can probably get a decent move for 7 days of the week, or 2 or 3 days or 5 days of the week. If you spend that time on the charts every day, if you're really limited on time, and that's your time slot to trade, 2 times out of 5 you'll get a trade, which is all you need. All right, so you're breaking the lows here. Obviously, I told you guys that I can't take sells here just yet. I want to see price. Because like this is your resistance now, right? You're still respecting the resistance. If you were to like close below here, right, and then you had like this, then yeah, maybe we might not need that level to get tapped at 98 and 99. We can just take sells because like this is your new resistance. This is the area that you've been respecting, but not yet. We haven't confirmed that just yet. At any given point, this 1 hour count could just create a bottom wick to pop right back up, right? So you don't want to be in this zone just yet. You want to wait for price to really print those ranges for you and tap into those areas for you. Could get buys today, chat. Could get sells today. Who knows? The sells yesterday was pretty clean. Towards like 1888, 1885, and then you pull back since Asian, right? You pull back for the daily top wick, I guess, in the 4 hour candle here. So let's see if this 4 count can flip. I mean, buys aren't bad here, chat. Like, it's not too bad, but the higher time frame just shows you that it could still reject. Like, the 4 hour candle could still flip bearish here, right? So I don't want to be taking buys just yet. If I were to take buys today, I'd rather take them at like 1889, 1890 today, because if price were to continue to pop down towards 1885 from 1889, you're gonna create some type of ranges here probably. Like, you'll see some type of rejections here, some type of resistance formed. Like I highly doubt you just rip down like this today. If you were to rip down, you rip down like you'll probably see some structure formed, and then you rip down, right? Because like this is your new support now, you can say. So as long as you respect that resistance there, 1891, price gotta come and create a top wick, and as it creates top wicks, you have advantage points from here to here, and you can take advantage of that price point, which is like a nice $3 move, probably $2.5 to $3 move. And if you get wicked entries today at 89, we can take a runner position to the chat. Pretty decent. What's motherfucking 9? What's going on, Wix 9? Get caught green-handed. Got caught green-handed.
Fuck. What's the deal?
He looked up like, just hanging around. Shit, I was not expecting to be on.
I'm rolling a J. Could have waited. Let me turn the cameras while I was changing. Damn. What's going on?
Shit. Might
How's
get in
your fart
position
box?
soon. My fart box? Yo, it's sick. Yo, it's fucking, it's crazy. I was late to my stream this morning because I went for a coffee, but I took the long way today. I took the way where I could speed a little bit. There's boom, 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 boom.
Gotta drive under every overpass possible. Pull up under a bridge and what do you drive? 2024 fart box. You got one?
Literally a fart box. It's basically a GTS now at this point. I think it has like 560 or something like that. Stock was
Basically
like,
bored.
stock was 425.
You're basically bored right now.
I'm gonna see if I can get an M4 to 1,000 horsepower. Chat. You think it can run?
You think they got airport runways for you? What are you gonna do with 1,000 horsepower?
Me?
You're
I'm gonna
just
go slow.
You're just gonna sound fast. That's it. Can't do much with it in Toronto. But you get on the I-95 heading to Florida. Yeah, boy.
Not reliable though. Oh yeah, I figured 1,000 horsepower, definitely not reliable.
Yeah, them unreliable Beamers, man. Those unreliable BMW M4s. You could have had a nice car. You could have had what your mother told you to get. But no. He got himself a BMW.
Man, I gotta learn how to drive stick.
No.
Ooh, pushing down here, chat. Lock it in.
You don't.
So we are currently coming down here. You are currently rejecting here on price on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see. So the question now becomes, the daily count starting to flip bearish here. The 4-hour count starting to respect. Again, it closed bearish earlier, respecting these zones here. And you're starting to break the lows. Can you see a push down towards 1888, 1889 here? Right? Because looking left, yes, there is clean traffic on the 4-hour time frame to push down here. Look left, that's completely clean traffic, right? Now, I wanted sells earlier, but I wanted to see. I think it was like 96 get tapped that for me to get sell entry. So there was no sells for me. But since you have this push down now, if you were to come up to retest 96, we can't take sells there yet because the structure has changed now. So because if you were to come up to tap 96 now, if not saying it will, don't get triggered, right? If it were to come back up to 96, this will be your liquidity wick, right? So the structure changes. You went from grabbing liquidity wick to come down to grab liquidity wick down to go back up, right? So I'm trying to figure out now, are we going to reject 89, 88, or are we going to push down with the daily time frame from here on out? Because if we were to get a position for runners all the way down towards where the daily target today, which was 1870, then we would have had to have an entry up there at 1895, which we did not, obviously, right? Because I was looking for a little steeper of a top wick, and that's cool. But my concern now is, could this still be a range on fake on small on like the 1 hour and such? It's still a possibility, right? Any given point, like you can still do something like this, come back into the ranges, and then just continue to rip back up here. So again, it's just a matter of where we're gonna reject that, because even if you take buys, and you still continue to push down, we're gonna have some advantage points to get out at, right? So like, because you need to grab more liquidity in order to drive down, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm trying to see here. I had a level at 89 here, chat. 89 is gonna get tapped probably. This 5 had no bottom wick here, so I know what me and Wicks are thinking. If you can just break the lows, tap 89 here, we'll look for a potential entry probably.
Yeah, we also discussed this in Asian. If you start closing back up above 1891, 92, you might. Because in Asia we were looking for a drive, but once you get that close above 1891, 1892, you're kind of gonna range here in this area, because in order for you to truly come up, you'd need to come down to maybe 89 areas, 85 areas, grab liquidity, and then drive up. So if you haven't grabbed liquidity there, we were gonna end up ranging through the night just to come back down. Because you got to fill the range down and then make a decision. And the daily also closed at a support. It closed with a bottom wick, but the daily closed at a support.
I have 87.586 here, chat. So we can come down to have 87.586. That'd be perfect.
And you could just tap it with a bottom wick. It doesn't have to stay there. It doesn't have to break. It doesn't have to close there. Just tap it and come back up. But, well, when you come back to the current areas.
Yeah. I have 87.5.
The other day I scrolled back on the 5 minute and they told me, sorry, you only have 20,000 candles.
What you mean?
I was like, what do you mean?
Didn't I pay for this? What you mean?
I couldn't pay for more if I wanted to.
MT5 you can. MT5 got unlimited range.
You cheap. That's all you can get. Y'all got 5,000 candles. Y'all lucky I'm paying for this shit. Somebody in the group has 20,000 candles.
Chat, think about it, right?
By the way, I'll let you use my 20,000 candles if you let me use your Costco membership.
Chat, think about this. You have, because we're coming close here. We might have an entry like in the next probably like 5 minutes, literally. You come down, tap 87 here, right? 87.5, which is this bottom wick on the 15 here. If you were to continue to push further down, right, because that's the day flip basically. Day flip is right now at 88. So if you were to continue to push further down, I'm pretty sure you gotta grab liquidity, because now your new resistance here is like right here, right? So price just flies straight through 89 before price continues to push down still. So like, let's say like you have a continuation like this, right? Price gotta create a top wick somewhere. And in terms of top wicks in the past, you're gonna see that last time price pulled back, it came back to where on this push here, it came back to here, tap 91, and then it came down to rebreak the low. So if you were to get entries at 87 here, you can just take TP or have, managing risk at like 91 probably, and have like a 40 $40 move going up, which you can take advantage of, and then you have that advantage point, right? Whereas you take sells here, you can at least you can literally just rip down straight down towards 87, 88, and then create resistance here, and you might not have a chance to exit unless you have a pineapple. So I'd rather just wait for 87 to get tapped there, and then take my buys once you tap those areas. And you need some type of closure here. So this 5 had no bottom wick, but there's way too much volume right now. It's not gonna just reject there. You're gonna see another pop, and once you see another pop, two things can happen. We could take entries at 87, or we could take entries at like 88 instead. But it comes down to how we react there. Because if price pushes straight through, then high chance 87. But price starts to range here for a little bit like this, form structure, and then it forms like something like this. Since it's still respecting these ranges, it forms something like that, then yeah, we'll get a wick entry at like 88, 87 instead or something. But we'll see. It comes down to just kind of what prints here. So you're gonna see a move regardless of what it is. Buys or sells. Like I highly doubt that's gonna be the rejection. It's very rare we just reject it at this area here. You're gonna go here at the top, we get 91, and then you're gonna retest the lows at 87, 88.
And if you do reject, you need a smaller time frame motion here, kind of happening on 5.
Yeah, the 5 motion here would be literally perfect, or even the 30-minute motion.
Oh, that it'll turn into, because the 5 has to create that double bottom, right? On the smaller time frame, it's got to create a low, come back, retest it, create a
Yeah,
nice bottom wick. So, but you'll see it happen on the 5, and then it'll translate into this support being respected on the 30
time frame, high time frame. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm on a different screen. Yeah, but actually it turned out almost the same. In a 1 hour flip and go bullish with the last 20 minutes of this hourly, highly unlikely. It's the last 30
highly
minutes
unlikely.
of this 30 minute of this 4 hour. We can still go bullish, but it's highly unlikely that it happens on this hourly candle.
You know what you want here? If you don't close bullish though, you at least want to see respect here, because then that'll be the same mirror you had here last time before popping up. You see I rejected here, same mirror here. This is our initial rejection zone, but I moved it down to 87 just because I noticed I had no bottom wick there. So you're gonna see another pop. And then yeah, because like if it respects the support here in the 1 hour, then the next 1 hour candle could just fill that wick, create a bottom wick, and then we'll have an entry then for 9 a.m. Worst case, 9 a.m. will be our entry, 9:15, 9:10, right? But between now and 10, you really want to lock it in, because this may be an algo day chat off of the way price looks right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not NYC open yet. It's pushing here. It's creating some decent ranges. You may have an algo day today. I would not dip off. What will stop me for the buys? Let's see. I'm trying to figure it out right now too. So for the buys, stops will probably be. It needs to be a minimum of 100 pips, right? I'm kidding. Let's see. So entries are 87, 88, right? Looking left here, what levels do you have? What wicks do you have to left that you can use? All right, 1877. 624. Yeah. Yeah. 1887, 624. for now. Not confirmed. There's no entries yet, so we can't confirm anything. There's no buys, no sells yet. We're just waiting here, chat. All right, just waiting, hanging around, waiting for price to print here. That's it. That's all we're doing. Yeah, how was Asian last night?
It was us breaking back up into the range.
You guys got the buys?
So, no, we didn't get the buys. We didn't set up for the buys.
Yeah, though I was looking at buys at like 4 p.m. yesterday, but it was too close to the close, and because we were pushing down, and I just wanted to see one more spike down at like 8.5 here. Right at these areas, I want to see one more spike down towards 8.3 or something, then take a buy at 8.3.
So
it just
yeah, right here at these areas, we were looking to see if we can get this wick and come down here, but nothing doing. And then once you're getting this closure over here, you're thinking to right there above, right here. Once you're getting that, you're thinking to yourself, all right, so we come up, we're out of market time. We're probably not going to end up driving until the market back opens up again. So I figured London, somewhere here, you might, you might drive, but just range. And if you go left here, this whole area ranged before. Well,
yeah, that was a nasty range. Yeah, I mean,
but now you broke up out of it, right? Grab some liquidity, drive down, and now this area is the initial area for sells that I wanted to come back to yesterday over here, so we could ride further up. The daily is at a support, right? Daily closed bottom wick, but a support. So I figured we'd come back down, create a bottom wick, and come back up.
That, it's funny because last year we probably would have taken this position right here. We would have been like, all right, guys, gone buys here. Stop loss below the current candle
right now for sure.
TP up here at this resistance, and man, we would have got clapped. We would have been like, yep, it closed above this resistance here to the left, and you have clean trap drop. Yeah, nah, I would have been out there. These sells weren't bad here, to be honest, but if I were being sells from 91 here, I would have probably closed full. I would not leave runners, just because you can still reject. That wasn't too bad though here, just whatever just formed here. Because there's barely any type of liquidity to go back up on the 5.15 there, so like chances of you coming back down and retest the lows are like very high. It's just, I guess we didn't take them. It wasn't too bad, and I know some of you guys did. All right, so here's your push down again, right? So like I said, highly unlikely you're just gonna reject in the 8.9. That was gonna be a 30-minute top wick. That's what happened. You're flipping bearish now. So now it's just a matter of if we can tap 87.586. You're gonna see a push down here. Yeah, the last 15 of the what do you call it? The 1 hour here as well. Shortly. I highly doubt the 4 accounts on close respecting 8.91 here. I believe it's gonna close bearish probably. And if it does close bearish, then you will be closing below here. And in the past, you closed below there. What happened? I lied. No, you gotta close below 86 here in order to see a decent push on the next 4 hour candle, because you close below 86. Yeah, below, my bad, 87. Then the next 4 count should just see another pop towards 1962, 1960, which is our original daily target.
Yeah, but you find support here at 86, 87. You're gonna start looking up.
Yeah, for at least the pullback. Might not be the whole reversal, chat, but it might be the pullback.
We might trade the grab itself, the liquidity grab.
Yeah, you have to know yourself though, right? You have to know what you're trading, chat. You have to know if you're trading the pullback here, if you're trading the continuation. Like if you were to take styles at 91, you're trading a continuation. You take buys at 87, 94 support, you're taking the pullback, right? So you have to understand what you're taking, because that matters when it comes to closing off positions and all that good stuff. But now you see now you came down, you rebroke the lows. Now you're starting to see some type of play here at like 8 and 9 here. So this is when things get interesting, because as you close like doji here or bullish here on this 5 candle, right, you'll see price start to wick, right? And if it wicks enough, if it wick by wick, I just mean respect support enough, right? You're gonna see something like this form eventually, and that will be their entry. Because if you're forming support now, you form ranges here, then you have a count coming down towards 87, breaking the lows while you're still bullish. Eventually, you gotta pull back to 91, and then we can take an entry from 87 to 91, which is like a $4 move. And this will be the range today. Could we leave runners? Maybe, but we'll see. We'll see how things look. So that 5 closed bullish there. That's some information. Nothing major, but just some information you can use there. If you can break the lows and flip, that'll be perfect. But I don't think we'll get a position in chat until 9 a.m. probably. (9 a.m.) That's in 20 minutes done. I know. It's tough, right? But it is what it is. Good.
So your phone?
What? I see my phone? Car meet on Saturday. Should I go? Huh. Um, Saturday night. You know, I was watching yesterday, Wix. I was watching what's that show called? Pimp My Whip. Bro, I feel like
Pimp My Ride?
I Pimp My Ride. I feel like you'll be the perfect dude in that show, bro. If
What, to host it?
if you were to host that, like, yo, 4 minutes for a third close. If I came up, broke the highs, you could possibly get a 3-minute no top wick. If you get a 3-minute no top wick, then the next 3-minute candle you're gonna see, because like if this is how you close, right? Sorry, if this is how you close, right? If that's how you close, chat, on a 3-minute candle, it will likely close above though, so probably something like this, right? If that's how you close, the next 3-minute candle you're gonna see it pop up. If it has no bottom wick on the 30 candle after a no top wick, then we'll look for an entry probably around like 9.7, and then we're expecting the candle to do something like this, right? And then from there on, it's more of like, hey, what's price gonna do now? Is it gonna continue to pop back down with the 3-minute candle? You survive that, you should be good for a top wick. Or is it gonna just respect this zone here to the left and continue to pop up to retest the highs? But that's kind of like your scenario that you're looking out for here. But even if it closes above it, again, you need to have a bottom wick as well, right? And you likely will get a bottom wick too. So let's see what happens here. But you're gonna see some pushes, some volatility here coming here with NYC open. 9:30. If drone was off by 2 minutes for ourselves at 9:07, then it's probably gonna be off for a 9:33 entry. So 9:35 might be our second pineapple.
I love Dom, but I cannot let y'all get into this trade.
What?
I cannot let y'all get in this short. What you mean? We already in this short.
Yeah, bro. We in drawdown here. 18 pips in drawdown.
You had a better entry than me. I'm at 19.
I had basically an 18.93 entry on the dot. The original exit entry point was 93.7.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
The bottom wick on the next candle might be your TP.
You have volume here. You can start to see the count push here. It's gonna move.
Yep, NYC open.
If we can flip and break the lows, you're gonna see a drive. But the breakout low is at 93.57. And with NYC, should create a bottom wick. Chat, we're at like 20% drawdown. We've been 120% drawdown before on stream. You know what I mean? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I know we haven't lost in the month on stream. I'm not saying this is a loss, right? But drawdown is, again, part of trading. We can't do anything about drawdown. Would I have loved to have a wick entry? Yeah, of course, right? I'd love to have a wick entry, but in this case, I couldn't get one. It's not always the case. Okay, 3-minute closer, NYC open here. This 5 should create a bottom wick. It's at a 3-minute pulls back to give us an exit at 91, or the 1 hour does. I'll prefer the 30, obviously, because I don't want to wait another 30 minutes and draw down. But if it happens to be at the 1 hour, then it is what it is.
Oh, the way they open the 30 open here.
Yeah, that was a bottom wick. Yeah. 30 close. Yeah, you have room. $92,460. Yeah. Let's see.
We want that bullish 30 close. Draw it down.
You wanted no
30
top wick,
close.
but You still respected like 96, so I mean, there's that. You close above the previous count highs, right? But again, like your best thing to look at here is the 4-hour candle and the 1-hour candle, because that's what you're kind of basing the trade off of, right, chat? Like, look at this. This is what the trade is based off. For those that forgot, there's a resistance here. You've been closing below for the past 3 candles, right? 1, 2, 3, and there's this right here. So we're anticipating the 4-hour candle to continue pushing down here with the daily time frame. That's still bearish towards, again, that support at, you know, 1888, and then eventually runners towards the day target. So that's kind of what we were expecting on this trade here. Right, the day hasn't flipped bearish yet too, so that's what the trade is based off of. For those that kind of forgot how we took entries here, if we can come down towards 91 here, this would be interesting.
In case you forgot.
In case you forgot. Yeah. 30-minute bottom wick here. This 5's got to close bearish here, and then the next 5 will get a top wick, continue down if we do come down towards 91. I'll say minimum what you'll see though is probably like 923. If you don't like the trade, close over here, break even, chat, right? It's your trade at the end of the day. I'm still in this trade because it's my trade, right? So I'm not getting out. But if you don't like the trade, you have opportunities to get out at break even, or you had. But make sure you're firm with that decision, right? Runs the TP or hit stop loss, whatever it is. Make sure you're firm with that decision. Don't just be biased to it. Like, you know, understand why you got out and everything. Volatile. NYC open here, so this is volume for sure. We're onto the second half of the 5-minute candle. Minute left. If the 5-minute rebreaks the lows, the high chance this candle is going to see a push down towards the 1891 here. Because if it were to reverse, it would reverse right there and then off of that pullback right there. But since it didn't, this candle should continue to break the lows and see a push down towards 91.955.
Want the hourly flip here?
Yeah, I mean, if the 1 hour flips, that'll be perfect. If you can get one push down, that'd be amazing. But all right, cool. Came down here, chat. Came down, tap those areas there. I'm moving my stops to break even right here because you came down, tapped 92.3. 30-minute candle still bullish. You can still flip bullish, but if you end up running here, then you end up running. I won't close half until 91 probably. 0.43 because I'm expecting the level to get tapped, right? But break even here because in terms of errors of rejections on the 30-minute time frame, this is where you rejected in the past, right? You rejected here and then you rejected here, so it's either like 92,850 or 90 whatever. What do we get there? By the way, that was 7 pips. Yeah. All right, yeah, cool. So yeah, I guess we hit break even there in that trade, chat. That was a 30-minute pullback. That was a 30-minute bottom wick. Now we could get a second entry here, and it might be a better entry, but you have to listen up here. You're gonna need this candle to close bearish 1. This 5, right? And then if you were to come up and break the highs again, that'll be our entry. But it's gonna be at 97, 96 probably, because if I'm guessing you're forming the motion now. If you were to continue pushing down, and I believe you're formed the motion probably as you tab 96, 95 or so. As it comes up, breaks the highs one more time, we're gonna have an entry when price looks like that. And then as it flips bearish, this is what you're sort of anticipating here. But we're looking for one more pullback. All right.
Scared as always. You mean profitable as always?
I mean, scared as always. Same thing. That was the plan. What we're gonna do? What the fuck do you mean, bro? Yo, yesterday I was looking at the chat and we closed off in profit, right? By like whatever, and they're like, well, Don, not gonna lie, you got lucky there. Be honest. I'm like, lucky? What do you mean? No, but look, so this 5 opened up, no top wick. You could have come and create a top wick. I think we barely got stopped at break even there. If I was still in, chat, I'll close half here at break. I'll close half here at 10, to be honest. If I was still in, I wouldn't let the whole position rock. I'll close partials off and I'll leave the runner. Because the 4 could flip off this push, or the 30-minute count could flip bullish again, right? Let's see. I'm expecting another pullback though towards at least 9.4 because it's got to form the motion, right, for entries now. That's what you want because you have a, I guess, like more solid confirmation for resistance now. So it's just about if we can create top wicks here before coming down. That's it. Because it didn't really make sense to me how you, even though we're in drawdown, it didn't really make sense to me how we just reject 95. I thought if we were to reject like 90, reject an area after breaking the highs at 93, yeah, it would have been 96 to grab liquidity. It's still got to tap those levels there. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think this is the push yet. You're gonna see another pullback, another break of the highs before coming down. If it tapped 96 first, that we would have liked to survive that entry there because it would have pushed down a lot harder than it did right now.
I mean, you probably would have had another entry there, so now you're looking at closing out
The second
your
position,
first trade
yeah, first
and the second trade.
and break
That's the
even,
first one. It's
half,
break even, yeah.
whatever it is, yeah. I don't think it's gonna drive it just yet, chat. I believe you're gonna see another pullback. It could be a 10 a.m. trade, it could be a next 30-minute count that comes up because it's hot wick, but you're gonna see another pullback. So don't get FOMO over this push here. You're gonna see something like that probably, and we'll have a better entry.
There's logic behind the entry, the break even, the breakdown, the setup. And if you're new here or if you haven't been here for a while, to you it's like, oh,
This guy
scared
got
or
lucky.
got lucky, or but no, there's a method to our madness that's been, developed over the last 3-4 years. It's a 20-year plan here.
Doesn't matter what the result is though in this case. Like just the breakdown in general was pretty, it was there. It wasn't the best entry, but understanding liquidity, understanding what levels you must tap before going towards this level, before going to this supply zone, that demand zone, right? Those things matter. And that's why the trade, like that's kind of what the trade is based off of here, right? Off of those things right there.
Was the pineapple? No.
No. Pineapples would have been at 96, 97. Don't get FOMO here, chat. You're gonna see another pullback. You're chilling. If you don't see another pullback, then hey, bro, it was a good week. It was a good week. But I'm still here till 10:30. I'm pretty sure we'll get in our position. It's just about what time here.
Nice. 11:30 Wordle, baby.
You have a 1-pip win. Nice. Yeah. I lost $9.
I went a pip and profit. Now I'm net zero.
Really?
Yeah. Trying to see no red.
Trying to see here is we could get a pullback
TT
at
in the house.
93.
W. It's been a while.
0.5. 5 minutes for a close. 5 minutes has no top wick. Let's see, chat. There's potential. It might not be 96 here. It might be 94, 93 off of this to the left. Because you're closing below the ranges here. This 5 has no top wick. 1, 2. You rejected here in the past, right? Look at this here. So if you come up here and you break the highs, could you continue to push down? My concern here is like, what time of, like, what's the 1 hour cycle doing right now, right? So remember, the 1 hour candle first opened up. It came out, created a top wick. It then came down, made a low right now, which is what it's doing. If it were to come up and re-break tap 93, it may end up closing doji, which could lead to the 1 hour candle entry then, which makes this analysis flawed at 93. Yeah, it might be a 10 a.m. one. Or not the 1 hour doji, sorry, the 15 doji or something. I mean, the 1 hour closes like this. I ain't tripping, bro. 1 hour will give us a start play. we'll get a wick fill, which will tap into 97. Then that analysis will play out then. Because if you close bullish, you're going to see a wick fill coming up and then sells at 97 to come down.
Yeah, but you close bullish below 92. Top wick. Come down.
Yeah, well, it's just about like the 1 hour wick fill. Like, is it going to be here, here? You know what I mean? Okay, if it's here though, 97, we have a wick entry. Bro, we are going for runners today. But beat the 10 pip allegations today. Again. Man, don't get FOMO, chat. Nothing get FOMO over. You're gonna see a pullback to at least 93. If you see a pullback towards 93 and you break the lows, then yeah, you can have FOMO. But I wouldn't get FOMO just yet. Understand where prices and what part of the cycle you're in right now. I understand what the 1 hour is doing, what everything is doing right now. Don't get FOMO. People get FOMO because they don't know what they're in. They don't know what part of the cycle they're in. They want to see just profit, and that's why you have FOMO. But when you're logical, right, you won't be getting FOMO, obviously. She's a runner. No, I'm not in position. We're waiting here for a pullback one more time, and then probably a position at 10 a.m. Okay. Because it can still, again, push up towards 19. What did people say earlier? The whole chat was against us. They were saying 1903. You can still tap 1903, guys, you know? Ladies and gents. But it's just about understanding what part of the cycle you're in, right? Like, you can tap 93, but you got to pull back before you tap 1901, right? So that's what we're taking advantage of. And that's why people were kind of confused, because they're like, why are you taking sells here to buy? It could be a buy, but we're taking the pullback, right?
And you're not taking the pullback because the market overall is pulling back. You're seeing the smaller time frames and the higher time frames start telling a similar story.
Yeah. See, this is the pullback here. Now, I wouldn't have taken that 5 top wick entry just because, again, what time is it? The last minute of the 5-minute candle. It spent the first 3 minutes coming down. It's gonna likely just continue to push here on the 5, on the 15, 30. Yeah, 10 a.m. will give you a clear direction here, man. We could get buys at 10, could get sells at 10. We'll see. Our buys could change. Depends on what we're looking to catch here.
Guess that was a good closure, huh?
Yeah. Did you hit break even there? You hit one pip, right? You didn't.
It's break even because it flew up so good. I go 1 pip in profit. It flew up.
Oh,
It closed me exactly on break. Closed me at 0.
I gotta spread it out.
Flat.
Pause. Oh my god, bro. Yo, that's the 3rd time. Yo. The charts have weird terms, man. It's not me, it's the charts. Spread out is crazy. Nah, man. It's the charts. It's the terminology these guys put on the markets. I swear. Blueberry got tight spreads though, chat. Super tight spreads.
Bro, you need to find God. You need to find God, my friend.
You know, this message are kind of, that shit kills me. Stop texting, go find God. Come back after you found God. That's how he fired somebody. That's fucking crazy. All right, so he came up, he tapped 95 here. The 15-minute candle. It could just be, I don't know, chat. I wanted to see the rebreak of the highs at 97 here. So did the 1 minute come up to rebreak the highs? No, it did not, right? So last 15 here. This 15 can obviously, this 15 close respecting 93, chat. You see it, right? You see how this 15 is respecting these levels here. So 2 things can happen here. This 15 can either, 1, barely top wick, and that could be the reason to why it might close bearish here. If it does that, great. I ain't complaining. But then also, this 15 can still flip and drive like this, right? And this could be the bottom wick for the 15. So that can also be a possibility as well. Now, the 1 hour candle, you have 13 minutes left. It could potentially continue to flip bullish here. So if that's what price does here, then you have 2 liquidity wicks already. You had liquidity down here, and then you had this. So this is like structure being created, right? You have a low here, higher high, higher low. So if you end up flipping bullish, the next 1 hour candle should continue to pop, but before popping, you'll see one more bottom wick. So if we close like this on the 1 hour time from above here or whatever, just in general, just above these ranges here like this, that should be good enough, because you have a support right around here, right? And then you have a resistance here. So this is the range you're in. If you were to close bullish like this back into the range, then you're going to see price continue to pop and fill the wick for the next 1 hour candle. But as you get a bottom wick next, again, tapping into, looking left here, tapping into this, we'll have an entry at 92 again. All right, so we'll have an entry at 92 to take us up towards 1899, and we might be taking buys towards 901 instead. All right, so that's what we got going on here, chat. But probably at 10. So give it 12 minutes here, because you don't know how it's going to close. It could close bullish, could close bearish. You haven't really moved yet today. You've been in the same range. It's just about time it moves today, or it's a matter of time of when it moves. Because you definitely pushed today, right? But you didn't push in any ranges. You pushed in the same range. So now I'm asking myself, like, why did price push down here and now it's just respecting this level to come up, right? If it does that, then that's obviously a fake out range one to continue driving up, because you had a bullish push prior to this today. You had a bullish push, resistance, support, range one fake out, came back into the range, continuation. That could be a play. Oh, that was about news. Yeah, on days like this, people could say gold's playing around. It's not playing around. You just have to understand what it's doing, right? Gold is never playing around, trust me. It's not playing with your feelings. It's not playing with your MT5. If you feel like every time you buy it sells, and every time you sell it buys, then that's a skill issue. Got a work meeting. All right, later, bro. Take it easy. I know some of you guys had entries here on that entry here. That wasn't too bad of an entry at 92. Wasn't too bad. It's pretty good. You could let runners rock. You're not gonna close bearish here. Up. Market manipulation. Do you like questions? Yeah, I like questions. Why? What was your question? Did I miss your question? Chat, free value, just, yo, chat, 716 likes, guys. We can do a little better than that today, you know? We have today 3,000 people watching today, so peak was 3,200, 3,300, and they're likely going to come back once again. They're a trader for buys. Those counts pushing. Wow. Yeah, you're going to see a push here, chat. If it didn't reject there and it came back to grab liquidity one more time, it's going to likely just continue to push here towards 1901. All right, let's see. How can we take buys? We'll have 91. Your graphically there. Unless it's 15 plus doji, which could break the lows and drive. Because if it's 15 close doji chat, then you can break the lows and drive. If it's 15 close bullish, you might not tap 92. You might end up tapping just like maybe 1903, 1893, and then you see a drive. So let's see. Let's go look left here and see what exactly it is. Yeah, 7 minutes left for a 15 doji, right? The reason why a doji can come down is because it's technically like it's not inconsistent. You haven't had a pullback yet if that were to be the case, but yeah, so it might end up being like an entry here at 94, 93 instead before you push up. A wick entry there, and our stops will likely be probably 1886, and our TP is gonna be 1900, 1901. And then Monday, I mean, if we're closing below the ranges here and you haven't pushed, Monday might be the drive for us to push down. Monday or Tuesday could be a volatile day. It might be a volatile London session, or yeah, London Sunday during Wix's stream. Right? Because it has that
session going eat.
Yeah, you might just see a push on Monday down to create a bottom wick, if anything, to at least a bottom wick. But if it continues, then it continues. But I don't think today's gonna continue to drive down here. It would have done it by now.
Yeah, we might end up ranging here, coming up for the rest of the day, just to get a bottom wick on a Sunday.
On a Sunday. Let's see, chat. We might have an entry in about 6 minutes here, so lock it in for some buys here.
5 no top wick coming back in range.
If the 15 has a doji, the entry is at 91. If the 15 is not a doji, the entry is at 94. That's what I got. Because yeah, let's fill 91 here. At this point, it's a level up price must tap before it makes the decision here now.
Ideally, you take the buys below 91.9.
Ideally, you would have wanted that.
The buys. If you're taking the buys below there, yeah, I mean, you're mitigating a lot of risk if you're wrong.
Yeah. But like the 1 hour has depends on how the 1 hour closes here too, right? Because I mean, let's see. Because like you started to close earlier, you weren't closing above 95, 94. You were at 91, right? But now you're starting to close above these ranges here. Technically, your next zone that you should tap for coming down is going to be like probably 98 or something, or at least 97. Yeah, 97, right where you drew it, right there at that resistance. So you're gonna fill that wick if anything. Worst case, and that's what we'll grab. Right, ends up driving towards 1901. I just don't understand why we printed this, right? Like, this is my question here. If we're not going to continue to push towards 91. If we're to push up, then you probably see, like, if it spent all that time grabbing liquidity, push up, then it's got to spend a lot. It's going to create a steep wick for pushing down.
You really had no catalyst to drive, though. You had no news. You had the market open, which kind of whipsawed it here, right?
Yeah.
And if you go on the higher time, if you go on the daily, you'd probably still need to touch these areas. So you might see this push down here before the eventual drive up. So this might not be enough, because okay, we don't know if this is enough liquidity grab at that area, right, to continue to here. But we know that if it does come back down here, it needs more liquid than it wasn't enough, and then we need more liquidity. So we need to come down below this area here, somewhere into here, in order to actually come up higher. If we don't get there now, we need more liquidity, right, to drive further. That's just the logic behind this.
Let's see how the 1 hour closed here, because we could end up getting sells too. If the 1 hour candle respects, like, what is this, resistance at 1904, and you come up and you break the highs at 1897, 98, right? Because then the 15 would then close bearish, 30 will close respecting or bearish, 1 hour will close respecting. You've come up, you fill that wick, right? That'll be our entry then at the break of the highs or just at the high, because then you're just gonna expect this to come down. It might not come down towards the daily support, but like if it taps these areas, then yeah, that'll make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because the only buys will make sense is if you close above 94 here probably, or you close above 92, you have a wick fill to drop up. But if you close at 1892 for the 1 hour candle, I would assume that you have to see the breakout lows first at 87.88, which is what you said. So yeah, that might change. Lots can happen here in about 3 minutes here, Chad. You see, right? You're starting to close back into the ranges here. You have to learn to understand what part of the cycle you're in. So that's what we're doing here. We're just adapting to each candle. That's where you see us saying buys here, sells here, buys here, sells here. It's not just like buys or sells, right?
Because you have info printed with every candle.
Yeah.
So try to utilize the info to make a
Oh man, yeah, you might get
higher
time,
quality
right?
decision.
Let's see, entry's gonna be probably at entry's at 95 probably. Yeah, 95.481 is the entry. If you close bearish or chat or bullish on the 1 hour here, you come up, you tap 95.481. I'll look for an entry right there, because I'll assume that even if the 1 hour candle were to continue up again, going back to what we said earlier, same exact analysis, you're gonna see another tap into these areas here probably. 92, because it's a 1 hour pullback now, right? It was a 30-minute pullback, 15 pullback. Now you have a 1 hour pullback. So if it were to drive up all the way to 1901, you're gonna see this worst case, and you can take advantage of whatever this range is here from 94 to 91. Like a $3 move. It's pretty decent. And we have a wick entry, so it's gonna be a $4 move technically. One minute. Could be some runners too. We have more potential for runner sells and buys. The buys and runners are only going to be for until 1901, 1900. So it's like a 6-pip move. The sells though, we can take it down to 1970 today if it ends up being an algo day. Like I've seen Fridays that where you just move late. Could happen today. Who knows? All I know is 1895 will be an entry here for us.
Guys, are we still in buys?
Bruh.
Wait.
We were never
weren't
in buys
today.
We were never in buys. What you mean still in buys?
Tango said yes. We are.
Chat, you might see this candle push right up on the opening, so get prepared for entries. Maybe if you end up doing that for sells. The first thing I want to do is push up, right? So push up. If it can tap in 1895, that'll be amazing. A little further. 95.1 at least. Still not in your chat. The 1 hour did create a top wick. I think it tapped into 94. It did create a top in those ranges there, but I want to see 95 here exactly.
How about no?
It might not. It might not. Worst case, it doesn't. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We get no
There's
positions.
always Wordle.
There's always Wordle. There's always Monday. But if I'm taking a position here, I want it to be exactly on my level.
Friday, the first day for you and me. No position.
I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. 1 hour close suspecting here, right, chat? So, I mean, looking left, I'm just looking at levels we tapped the last time before driving down. That's how I got 95.5. If it wasn't 95.5, it was 95.1, but still, it came nowhere near. This is what makes or breaks a trader, though. Trader 1 would have been like, oh man, I missed my entry. Let me just get an entry now. Trader 2 would be like, I didn't get my entry. I ain't getting in. I don't care how much the account drives. You can drive for 100 pips, 200 pips. I could care less. Shoulda, woulda, coulda does not work, man. So what? You catch 200 pips today. You're gonna end up paying that back anyways if you were to always sell down for less, right? It's gonna add up. You're gonna get stops here every now and then because you didn't wait for your exact entry. It's gonna add up. So it might be good today, but tomorrow, the next day, the week after, the month after that, that's when it matters. That's when that's when it will affect you. Then you'll be like, yeah, now I know what Don's talking about. Oh.
Where Don got that 99 rating in FX 2024.
I would assume you would have had a bigger push by now. You have about 2 minutes left in this 5 candle. If it doesn't push down, break the lows in the next 30 seconds, then you should come up to retest the highs. But if you retest the highs, then could it be a little higher than 95 now? Could it be at 96.1?
Badges on badges.
Badges on badges. The legend badge. I don't know, might be it. This is the motion basically that's forming right now, chat. It's just about